Tucker, I am not surprised. I have a couple of points to make. Number one, the S&P has been in a 9-day swoon that exactly mirrors Donald Trump's surge. So obviously, Wall Street is worried that this could really happen, the largest upset in American political history. And I think that we are really on the verge of that, the cusp of that. I think Donald Trump really can do this. And I put the credit for that squarely in the lap of James Comey, the FBI director, who a week ago Friday in an extraordinary press conference said that he was reopening, in essence, the investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails. So you got James Comey on the one hand, you have Vladimir Putin on the other, and these WikiLeaks, the flood of these one-sided disclosures.
Geraldo, though, you're leaving something out, and that's Obamacare.
Yes. Right.
If you look at those Obamacare premiums in states like Pennsylvania and Arizona, where you're seeing this movement and you're seeing these incredible increases on their monthly premium costs, those numbers where we learned about these increases on Obamacare hit before this email scandal with James Comey, and that's where you saw some of these trend lines. Do you disagree?
I disagree. I disagree to this extent, Clayton, and I think that it is important to note that Obamacare really does seem to be in a very wounded, a profoundly wounded, grievously wounded state. But that is like 1 to 100 when it comes to the emails. If you ask anybody on the streets of this town or any town in this country what it is about Hillary Clinton that bothers them, it is not Obamacare. You mentioned Obamacare. In fairness, how could you not mention the fact that for the 73rd straight month, we have added jobs, 161,000 jobs, unemployment now 4.9%, wages increasing 2.8%. In fairness, if you're going to talk about the economy or Obamacare, you have to give a much more balanced picture. It may not be great, Tucker, but this is, remember where we were when George W. Bush was president.
I'm not saying Trump's going to, but I am saying like the whole Vladimir Putin thing is just dumb. I mean, there's no concrete proof that Putin is behind this. And for someone who covered the war...
I don't understand how you could say that when we had 12 intelligence agencies that say it's the Russians who are giving WikiLeaks the information. And doesn't it strike you that there's no WikiLeaks? There's no WikiLeaks about Republicans? There's no WikiLeaks about any Republicans? Republicans don't send emails? You don't send emails? I don't send emails? It's only Hillary Clinton's emails?
Let me stop the explosion for 1 second. Just ask this. Let's stipulate, okay, Putin's behind it, okay? You can prove it. You can't, but let's say you could. Isn't the real point that these emails are real, and don't we as journalists have an obligation to assess them on their own terms? Like, what do they say? So this whole Putin stuff is just a talking point meant to divert our attention from the amazing facts in these emails, no?
I want everyone to understand going forward that Donald Trump could very well win this race. He could very well win this race on the basis of those emails. Those emails largely were provided by WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks was fed by the Russians. Vladimir Putin has influenced America's election. 11 of our intelligence agencies have certified to that fact.
Which agencies?
That's point one. Which point two is I'm going to list them that, NSA, etc. I will. But and everyone is professing to be so upset about what the emails contain, and yet we're not upset at all about Edward Snowden and the NSA leaks where they're really giving out state secrets.
Let me jump in there, because I think what people are concerned about and upset about when it comes to these emails, and what we're even learning this morning about classified emails Hillary Clinton sent to her daughter Chelsea from State Department, is how she can get away with that. And now she's running for president. You think about so many different jobs, including, Mike Pence in the debate when he talked about his son working in the military. If he had sent classified emails, classified documents, he would be removed from his post. So I think a lot of people are scratching their heads saying, how is she able to get away with this and not only be charged for anything, but now potentially be elected as the president of the United States if that's what ends up happening on Tuesday? That's the question on a lot of people's minds, I think, this morning.
Good question.
Two points. Your last two guests have spoken of imminent indictments. You know and I know that Fox News a few days ago had to backtrack on the report that indictments were imminent. We have backtracked. We have said, we have corrected our reporting in that regard. Why are indictments not imminent? They are not imminent because no grand jury has been impaneled. As an attorney, we know you have to have a grand jury They have to decide whether there is probable cause that a crime has been committed.
You're not answering Abby's question.
And then they indict. If you have no grand jury, you can't have an indictment. Now to your second point about Hillary Clinton sharing classified information with Chelsea. If Hillary Clinton knowingly shared classified information with someone not qualified to receive it, as David Petraeus, General Petraeus, my friend, did with Paula Broadwell, as General Cartwright, the hero, did with various reporters in Washington, D.C., then a crime has been committed. But what does that require? It requires a finding that A, the material was indeed classified, and B, there was an intent to share classified information with someone not qualified legally to receive it.
But
there has
you're
been
you're kind of dodging what Abby said. Look, let's be real. Do you think that if you did what Hillary did, that you'd be in the same position she's in, which is like not charged with any no grand jury? No, you'd be in deep trouble, and you know it. Like, that's just true. She's getting special treatment, and that's wrong.
Do you think she has gotten special treatment, Geraldo, or no?
Yeah, I think indeed Hillary Clinton has gotten special treatment when the FBI violated its 60-day rule. What does the 60-day rule say? It says 60 days before an election, you don't mess with the political process when you are on the judicial side of the equation. You wait until the election is over. If you have missed that 2-month window, then you wait. To do it 11 days, look at the impact.
That's not a rule, by the way. There's no law that says that. That's not true.
It is the policy of the Bureau, and you cannot point to a single instance
didn't pass that law.
in history where that has happened.
It's a tradition, and look, I think they should have included specifics. I kind of agree with you there. You shouldn't accuse someone without being precise about what you're accusing them of. I agree with that. But let's not pretend they violated some law that passed by our Congress. That's just not true. It's a tradition, okay? It's not a regulation.
Yeah, but... Yeah, but